Yo, what is going on, money team? It's your boy JDUN Trades with Team Bull Trading, and I hope you all had a blessed weekend. We are live and back in action with another Sunday watch list, where I'm going to break down the exact setups, levels, stocks, and everything that you need to know to go into this coming trading week with confidence. Now, that being said, we've been on a roll. 45 green days in a row, and this is all credited to two things: systemization and consistency. Now, obviously, there's a lot of subsets within those, but if you stay consistent, if you have a system that works, and if you consistently manage your risk, you're going to make and keep money in the stock market. It's not easy, but it is simple, and it is possible. So that being said, keep on your discipline this week, keep on your consistency, stick with your system, journal every trade, and let's make this week a winner. Hit that subscribe button if you get some value from this video. Now, starting off, let's go over what data we have. As you can see here, we're starting the week off. We have PMI and ISM services on Monday, May 5th. On May 6th, we have U.S. trade deficit. On May 7th, we have FOMC. That should give us some nice movement. On May 8th, that is my birthday, so I likely won't be trading. We have initial jobless claims, which will be me that day because I'm going to take the day off as a trader. And then May 9th, we have a whole lot of Fed speakers, so may want to steer clear of that. We have a jam-packed day of Fed speakers. I typically don't like trading when we have that many Fed speakers speaking because you don't know whether the market's going to rip or tank on a dime's notice because you're not typically listening to each speaker speak. Now, that not being said, let's go over the charts and what we have going on there. Now, the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ have had, 10 straight green days, I believe. 10 straight green days, 9 or 10, which is a record, not done since 2004. When we look at this weekly chart, the main area of resistance that I want to watch for rejection this week is up here at this 525 area. It was a previous lower high prior, an aggressive lower high, I should say, a nice swing high here before an aggressive drop, and then a push back up. So I will watch for us to sweep this, make this an equal lower high here, and then move down. However, if we do build above that, my next area of resistance I'll look for is up here around 21,000. I think we'll see some sort of reject. Now, obviously, this is a very news-based market. If we get China tariff news, if we get a China tariff deal, that could change on a dime. We start ripping up to all-time high. What I would like to see is a little more push up, scale into the shorts, and then make our next leg down. That's what I would personally like to see because I don't think the blood is quite over yet. I do think in the next 6 months, year, we'll see all-time highs. I'm just not sure if it's on this particular push up. The volume looks okay. This candle had great volume, increasing volume, not much of a downside wick. And arguably speaking, it wasn't much different here. There's no anomalies here. We have a little less size of candle, a little less volume, but still good buying volume on the way up. So the more of a push to the upside looks good, but I'd like to see that rally come to an end between 20,500 and 21,000. That's what I'll be looking for, maybe for a swing short, and for sure for some sort of intraday shorts if the system confirms. Now let's go look at this on the daily chart just to make sure we're not missing anything. Same idea here. This chart looks pretty clear up to 20,500-ish, 20,600. Looks pretty solid up to here. We get the breakout. We probably go test 21,000 where I think we will reject. As far as bounces go, I don't see a whole lot. I think we can arguably watch for, well, not a whole lot, guys. Honestly, I'm not going to give you any bounce levels. That might change in our pre-market watch list throughout the week. But for me, my main watch is for a push up and then rejection in this area on the NASDAQ. Now let's go look at SPY ETF for the S&P 500. Same deal here. I'd like to see us push up to 577. We're currently sitting at 566. Push up to here. If we get that leg up, we'll likely push up to the 580s, and that's where I'd like to see us reject and move back down. That's what I will personally be watching for if we get that move up on SPY. Now we do, if we get this push up and then failure, we do have some gaps to fill on the way down on SPY, and I even believe on QQQ as well. I'm sure we have those gaps. Yep, big downside gap here. 475. I guess we could watch that for a bounce. I didn't see that before in the NASDAQ, but they move the exact same. So if we do get this 475 area on QQQ, we could watch for a bounce here at this gap fill, and I will watch that in accordance with NQ as well. That's what I typically like to do. Now, I like to say this as well. If you're trading prop firms Apex, TRADEIFY, or FFF, Make sure you guys use code JDUN. It helps me out. I've been streaming live for you guys nearly every single day for free, giving you tons of education, trying to help you guys pass your challenges and better your trading. All I ask is you support your boy, get the best discount possible, use code JDUN, or in most firms, Team Bull works as well. Appreciate that more than you guys know. So let's see if we can get this push up on the NASDAQ to 493. If we get above that, likely to 500, see a reject in here, and then move aggressively down, or potentially bounce this 475 gap fill. That's what I'd personally like to see. Volume isn't telling me a lot of a story now. Obviously, you guys, if you've been watching me trade, you know my day trading has been dialed in, but the larger time frame levels aren't showing me a ton. We don't have a whole lot of trend lines in place. If we try to pull up our Fibonacci retracements here, let's go from low to highs here. We're sitting right above, actually, our 61.8. That's a very bullish close here, which leads me to believe further that we will see a little more upside in this move. So for what it's worth, we had this close above. We tried to reject this, failed. Tried to reject this, failed. Closed above it. I'd like to see a little more push up before scaling to those shorts and moving down. Or if the bull market's back, we're just going to keep moving on up. We'll play that by the year intraday. We'll follow the trend, and we'll make those decisions carefully. Now let's also take a peek at Tesla. This thing, in my personal opinion, looks ready to blow. I mean, this thing looks like it really wants to see a breakout above this 294 to 300 area. We move up here, fail. Move up here, fail. Move up here, fail. Higher low here, higher low for the initial bottom here. We're moving on up, looking like we want to explode over 294 straight to 300, and above 300, we have a ton of room up on Tesla. So for me, I'll be watching for upside moves on this. The only way I play downside is if we break 280 with some strength. We likely see move down to 270s. Below 270s, we have a lot of room down. But this is not a chart that I would personally want to be short right now. Obviously, news can change that. But from a pure technical standpoint and how this looks from the daily, let's go check out the weekly too. This thing looks like it is ready to explode. Aggressive weekly volume here. Aggressive weekly candle. We had a little selling here, but majority wick up here. I think over 294, 300 area, we see an aggressive squeeze to the upside. We can also watch for bounces down here at these last week's lows, maybe 280 or so, and then stops below this 270 area. So that's my main watches for this week. Again, we have FOMC. That could change a lot too, depending on what Powell says about rates. You know, him and Trump have been doing their whole feuding thing. But for me, my main focus and purpose this week is to keep the consistency up, keep my system going. I've had 4 $10,000 plus weeks in a row, been absolutely crushing it on my accuracy on my system, and I'm looking to make that 5 as long as the system is followed. Win, lose, or draw, we're doing it live every day, we're managing risk every day, we're choosing discipline over dopamine every day, and we're focused on improving our trading every single day. This is not easy, but it is possible, and if you put the work in, the reward comes later. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you tap and hit that subscribe button, and let's get rich together. God bless.